Welcome to BioAge Concept Decoded, which is the new channel in preparation journey of the NEET student. So today's session regarding with the what are the different strategies to tackle the MCQs pattern in the NEET exam. So NEET exam requires certain strategies, certain techniques to boost your score and get the edge over the other competitors. So NEET exam is the all India exam, that's why it requires certain extra age, and this certain extra age is provided by the BioAge, because at the end what is the important, you should maximize your score and get the edge over the other students. So other student, how you can get the edge over the other student? By mastering the MCQ solving technique. So I would call it as the art. Why I call it as the art? Because art requires the skill. Any art regarding painting, swimming, running, or any other sport activity, you require certain skills. Same MCQ solving technique also requires the skills, and these skills involves different strategies, different techniques. What these different skills would be required to achieve the best score in the NEET exam would be covered in this session, and this session will be going to very definitely going to prove a very important session in your 11th 12th preparation journey. So why you should attend this session? To maximize your score, and by maximization of your score requires the learning of the skill, learning of the art of MCQ solving. And if you learn this art of MCQ solving, then you definitely get the mastery over MCQs can be tackled easily. So that's why I call it as a tackling of MCQs. So how you can master the MCQs? So MCQs mastering can be done with the help of different technique. First one is your building concepts, conceptual clarity. So first one is the conceptual clarity. So conceptual clarity is very important, and if you lag behind in a conceptual clarity, then there would be no skills be helpful for you to clear the NEET exam. Then next one is you should require the strategic preparation. So what is meant by strategic preparation would be covered in these sessions. That's why I call it as a strategies or tackling MCQs. What are the different strategies which can be required along with your concept clarity? If you have a concept clarity and if you don't have a strategy, then there would be a problem in solving questions. Even though you know the question, but you can't tick mark the right option of the MCQs. So that's why it requires strategies. What are the different strategies would be covered in this one single session. And the third important concept regarding the getting mastery over the MCQs is consistency in practice, consistent preparation. So preparation practice is required to achieve this goal. So how this consistent practice can be done, also discussed in this session. For starting these sessions, I would like to introduce myself. Myself is Rameshwar Kalil sir. So I have a lot of experience in the teaching in NEET exam. So let's explore the session. What is the content of this session? First one, there is a need of the MCQs mastery. So MCQs mastery can be achieved by strategic preparation, concept clarity, and consistent practice. So how the practice can be done, how conceptual clarity can be done, and how the strategies can be applied would be discussed here. So strategies, there are different strategies. So first one is you should know the question, understanding of question. Then next one is you should know the pattern of question. So pattern as well as what are the different keywords, traps, introducing the question also discuss here. Then elimination techniques, all known technique, I will explain in a better way that will definitely going to help you. Then smart guessing, after you apply the elimination technique, there is a need of the smart guessing. Then how to use logical thinking, common sense. Then what is the reverse thinking approach, also discuss here. And most important is the handling of the statement based questions. And then next one is the assertion reason questions, how you can handle. So most student fear about the assertion reason questions, but I will give a very simple technique to tackle the assertion reason based questions. So then what are the common mistakes students do in the exam hall during the preparation journey and during the concept clarity sessions? So we'll be discuss here. Then time management and how to do the revision plan. Then time management in exam hall. Then practice, how to do practice regularly. Then tips for NEET students, and last one is the conclusion. So let's start the first slide. So introduction, why there is a need of the MCQs mastery. So first important question is the why. So why there is a need of solving MCQs, why MCQ solving techniques matter. So MCQ solving technique matters because mastery, if you acquire over the MCQs, then this game of solving the MCQs will be easy for you. So any activity in your life, if you do practice, get mastery over it, and then if you perform this activity, then definitely it would be a simple task. Same like MCQs techniques also, if you apply consistently throughout your journey of 2 years, and then definitely you will be get the success in the NEET exam. So why strategies are important? So why strategies? Without strategies there would be, I think no one can get the maximum score in the exam. So along with your preparation, you required strategies. Why these strategies required? To save the time, because time is limited. Within limited time you have to solve 180 questions. So 180 questions solving, it requires appropriate amount of time. So that's why time saving is one of the major benefit of the practicing these strategies of MCQ solving. Then next one is the efficiency. Efficiency means in a limited time you can perform more work or more questions can be attempted. So efficiency, time management, and last one is the handling of negative marking is become a very easy task for the students. Most important obstacle in the NEET exam is that the how to handle the negative marking. So because any error can make your score less with your competitors. Why? Because there is a negative marking system in this exam. So it can be handled very effectively after these sessions, and confidence can be boosted, and definitely performance will be increased. So why there is a need of the MCQ solving techniques? To save the time, to increase efficiency, to handle negative marking system, to increase confidence and your performance. If you face any exam with confidence, then there would be a definitely good marks will be fetched by the student. Then next, so understanding of questions. So most important first step of this strategy is that the understanding of question. So why there is a need of the understanding of questions? Without understanding of question you cannot move, you cannot choose any options of the MCQs. So first one is the understanding of questions requires the reading, and how this reading should be done? Smart reading. Smart, what is meant by smart reading will be discussed here. And thinking fast. So understanding of questions requires reading fast as well as thinking fast. So reading smartly, thinking fastly can be achieved by certain focuses. You should focus on questions keywords. So keywords are very important. We will discuss along with the examples. So if you focus on keywords of the questions, then understanding of questions would be simple. Then after understanding of keyword, you should focus on concept. So identify concept behind the questions. Why paper setter has said this question, which concept he or she wants to know whether the students understand it or not. Question requires, first step is the understanding of keyword of the questions, and then next one is the concept behind this keyword, and then is any traps involved in the questions. So there are certain traps paper setter can introduce in your questions, such as not, at all, all, none, always, never, almost, only. So these are the certain traps, and these traps can be identified by the student. And if you identify this trap, identify the concept, identify the keywords, then understanding of questions would be very simple. Then, so for practice purpose, I have taken questions from NEET exam 2024 and re-exam which is held also in 2024. So first question I have put here, which of the following factors are favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin in alveoli? So what is the keyword behind understanding of questions? First step is to understand keywords. So which one is the keyword here? Formation of oxyhemoglobin. And then trap is the simple trap, favorable conditions required for the formation of oxyhemoglobin. At which level? Alveoli level. Alveoli means you should know the alveoli means lungs level. So they wants to what factors responsible at the lungs level to formation of oxyhemoglobin. So if you understand the keyword, then you should know the concept behind it, and after understanding the concept, you should know the trap behind the trap in the questions. So these three factors are very important to understand the questions. So we have identified the keyword also, identified concept. What is the concept? They wants to understand what are the factors at the lungs level responsible for formation of oxyhemoglobin. So HbO2, I will call it as HbO2, oxyhemoglobin formation at the lungs level. This question requires the conceptual clarity, and the conceptual clarity requires understanding of NCERT. Conceptual clarity can be achieved through the properly reading and decoding of the NCERT. Let's solve this question. At the lungs level, there would be high partial pressure of oxygen. All you know there is a high partial pressure of oxygen. Partial pressure of CO2 is low at the lungs level, and then H plus ion concentration is less. That's why pH is high at the lungs level. So inverse relation between the pH and H plus ions concentration. And then temperature is low at the lungs level because there is no catabolic metabolism. So at a cellular level, there is a catabolism. That's why high pressure. There is production of CO2. That's why there is a formation of H plus ions, because CO2 combines with water and forms the bicarbonate ion, and it would release the H plus ions. All of you know. Then next one is the temperature is less, cellular level or tissue level factors. Tissue level, so what happens at the tissue level? Tissue level production of CO2 is there. That's why partial pressure of CO2 is high. And then use of O2 by the cell. That's why oxygen is used by the cells for the catabolic process, aerobic respiration. That's why partial pressure of oxygen is low. And there is a breakdown of glucose and production of ATP by cellular respiration. That's why here temperature is high. So temperature is high, and their H plus ions is high, and that's why pH is low. Why H plus ions are there high? Because carbon dioxide, which is produced at the cell level, combines with water and forms the carbonic acid H2CO3, and again it dissociates and forms H plus ions and bicarbonate ions, and these H plus ions responsible for increasing concentration of cellular level. Then this is the concept. So this question wants to test your concept. So first one is the if you know this concept, then this question would be very easy. So understanding of question also requires the knowledge of concept, knowledge of keywords, knowledge of traps. Here is the simple trap. Favorable conditions are asked in this question. So first option we will discuss. So at formation of oxyhemoglobin. So oxyhemoglobin at the lungs level, that's why low partial pressure of CO2. Here is a low partial of pressure of CO2. Yes, it is correct. Then H plus ion concentration is high, which is wrong. So second option of this question is wrong. Then that's why this option is not correct option. Then low partial pressure of CO2, correct. Then high temperature, no, at tissue level there is a high temperature as we discussed earlier. High partial pressure of O2, correct. Partial pressure is high at the lungs level. And high partial pressure of CO2, wrong. High partial pressure of CO2 at the tissue level because there is a production. So glycolysis results in the formation of ATP along with the gaseous byproduct like CO2. That's why high carbon dioxide concentration, partial pressure of CO2 is at a tissue level. Then next one is the high partial pressure of O2, correct. This one is the correct. And then lesser H plus ion concentration, it is also correct. That's why so fourth option is the correct option. So this is the requirement of the logical thinking, how we come to the conclusion of the four option is the correct. So such a exercise is required, and this exercise requires the strategic systematic approach towards the solving of question, and this systematic approach will be given by me. Don't fear about the questions. I will cover each and every strategy, how it can be applied. So because of limited time, I will cover only one question here, but to apply all these MCQ strategies, so I will discuss PYQs. So PYQs of each and every chapter of biology. So you can join the channel BioAge Concept Decoded. So that's why, so you get the different insight, different vision to get the age, get the certain advantage over your competitor. Then next strategy is the elimination method. So elimination method, all people use the elimination method, and this elimination method would require certain techniques. So elimination method involves the ruling out of wrong options, wrong answers. So there are four options, and these wrong options elimination would result in the better guessing. So better guessing can be done by the elimination technique. If you know wrong statement, then it works better. So how it works better will be discussed with examples. First question based on elimination technique here. So there are matching. So matching requires the certain elimination. This question is based on cockroach. So cockroach anatomy and physiology you should know. So keyword is simple, concept is big in this question, trap is simple. That's why here we have to choose correct option. That's why simple trap is there. But how you can increase the probability of the getting this question correct? So by elimination technique. So how elimination? So as you know, the structure used for the storing of food is the crop. So A4. So A4, here is the A4 option, here is the A4 option. Then A third, A1. So that's why second option eliminated, fourth option eliminated. Then next A4, B third or B second. So B third. So a ring of 6 to 8 blind tubules at the junction of foregut and midgut. So as you know, so rings of the 6 to 8 blind tubules is known as hepatic seci. So seca. So here only seca is given. So it is called as hepatic because it secretes the enzymes. So B second. So B second is given in a third option. So that's why B third is wrong. because third is Malpighian tubules. So Malpighian tubules are the excretory organ of cockroach, so that's why it is a ring of 100 to 150 yellow colored thin filamentous present at midgut and hindgut. So that's why this option is wrong. So there is no need of the statement C and D. There is no need of the knowledge of statement C and D. Even though knowledge of statement A and statement B, you can solve this question because of elimination technique. So elimination technique works in a limited knowledge. So elimination technique requires the limited knowledge. So that's why within limited knowledge you can get the maximum score also. So there is no need of full knowledge. So that's why. So toppers in the NEET never gets the 100% questions correct based on 100% correct questions based on only knowledge. So I will call it as only knowledge. So only knowledge can give you score 50 to 60% maximum level. So and 60 to 50% score of the NEET toppers are based on strategies. They doesn't know whole question, but they know one or merely one or two statements, and based on this one or two statement they can get the out of out marks also. So that's why these strategies are boost your score by 60 to 50 to 60%. You can use this strategy, practice over this strategy, maximize your score. And for practicing purpose, I will also cover the PYQs of all biology chapters of 37 years NEET exams. So that's why I will use this strategy and explain each and every questions. So because of the time limit, I will not cover lot of questions on each strategy. Here is another questions also on the elimination technique. So how the elimination technique works in these questions we will discuss here. Regarding catalytic cycle of an enzyme action, select the correct sequential steps. Keyword is here enzyme actions catalytic cycle. You should know. Trap is simple, correct, and concept behind this question is very important to understand. So you should know the mechanism of action of enzyme action. So first of all of you know, so if this is the enzyme and this is the substrate and this is the enzyme, you should know substrate bind to these enzymes, and then there would be forms the complex, and this after formation of complex there would be making and breaking of bond, and after making and breaking of bond there would be a release of product, and this after releasing of product this enzyme will be again used in another reaction. So let's see where this concept would be fit in these four options. First one is the for such techniques, if you want to save the time, then you can directly go through the options. So time saving is also very important because elimination techniques save your time. Lot of time can be saved. So you can save the time in biology paper, and this extra time can be used on the physics. So that's why. So how time saving can be done with the elimination technique, here we learn. So first thing, so option B. So option B, where pre-enzyme ready to bind with another substrate. Another substrate means, so this mechanism action is completed and then next cycle is done, because this is the cyclical way it works. So that's why another exam means it must be a last step. So it does not become a first step because we have to find sequence. So first option is wrong. Then second, E. E option is given in two options. Substrate bind to active site, correct. Substrate bind to active, this is enzyme, and enzyme, this is the active site of enzyme. So correct. So substrate bind to enzyme's active site, correct. Then here is the A. So substrate enzyme complex form, correct. So there would be a formation of complex. Here D. So D is a chemical bond of the substrate broken. So after formation of complex, enzyme substrate complex, then there would be a breaking and making of bond. So but here given after formation, after binding of substrate and active site. So this option is wrong, this option is correct. And here is the A option, A substrate enzyme complex. First step would be formation binding of substrate and enzyme. That's why this is also obviously wrong. So there is no need to check DCB. Still, though you have approach to the correct answer by using elimination technique, this is the correct option. But how this correct option? So on the base on a two statement. So is there required the full knowledge? So there are 1 2 3 4 5 statements. Out of 5 statement, you solve this question only based on knowledge of 2 statements. So that's why it requires approximately 40% knowledge. There is no requirement of 100% knowledge for solving of MCQs. So there is a big mistake done by the student that they fear about the questions because they lack knowledge. So lacking of knowledge is not hurdle. I think it is not a major hurdle or major barrier to attempt the questions. So certain questions can be attempted with the minimum knowledge. 20 30 40% knowledge can be helpful to solve the questions and getting a correct option. So that's why, but if you choose this third option, then for your confirmation you can also check the DCB. So after binding enzyme and substrate complex, the enzyme and substrate, then formation of complex of enzyme substrate, and then D is the chemical bonds of the substrate broken, correct. C, after release of product it can convert into product, and B, another this free enzyme can be bound to the another substrate. So that's why this is the correct option. So you know how these techniques are helpful for your preparation journey. Definitely there are certain techniques can be used by the toppers. That's why they have get the out of out marks. So merely knowledge cannot be helpful for getting out of out marks. There is a requirement of strategies, and these strategies would be covered in this BioEdge channel. So you must subscribe to this channel. So I will cover all these strategies as well as all PYQs of 37 years PYQs of biology subject. So I will cover all these questions. Then next one is the smart guessing. There are two types of the guess. One guess is the blind guess. Another type of guessing is the smart guess. You can also call it as a educated guessing. So educated guessing means this guesswork would be based on certain learning, certain knowledge, certain concepts. So how to choose any options? A major problem in solving of MCQs is the confusion, and how to avoid this confusion? So confusion can be avoided by smart work. And what is mean by smart work? So smart work means doing work in a less time with a maximum efficiency, with the greater accuracy, and it requires the certain techniques. One of the technique is that the smart guessing. So smart guessing, how we do the smart guessing, let's see here. So what is the benefit of the smart guessing, educated guessing? So educated guessing can avoid the random guessing. So random guessing, blind guessing can be avoided because harm to your logical thinking as well as decrease your score because there is a negative marking. Then so smart guessing can be helpful for those persons which have a little knowledge about the question, partial knowledge. So with the partial knowledge also you can choose the correct option. So correct options can be choose with the partial knowledge, little knowledge. As we have discussed earlier, there is no need of the 100% knowledge. So what is the required? Majorly 40 to 60% knowledge is more than sufficient for solving MCQs. So that's why on the basis of your partial knowledge also you can handle the MCQs. And if you eliminate the two options, then there would be a 50-50 rule can be applied. So 50-50 rule means you should at least remove the two options as a wrong options, and then you can use the smart guesswork, smart, or use the educated guess. So I will call it as a 50-50 rule. So narrow down the options and use the smart guessing or educated guessing, and you should trust in this strategy. Trust your instinct, means your beliefs, your thinking system. So your logical thinking is very important. So you should logically connect all. So what do you mean by logical thinking, we will discuss in the next slides. So you should use this smart guesswork to maximize your score, minimize mistakes, and avoid negative marking, as well as you can save the time also. So time is the very important time. So let's discuss this smart guesswork with the example. So here is the question: choose the correct statement given below regarding juxtamedullary nephron. So here is the trap is correct word, so which is the simple trap. There is no need to confuse here. Then concept is here, keyword is here, juxtamedullary nephron. So there are 4 statements given here, 1 2 3 4 regarding the juxtamedullary nephron, and you should know the concept behind this keyword. So if you know the difference between the juxtamedullary nephron, juxtamedullary nephron, and another is cortical nephron. So this concept is very important to solve this question, and then these 4 options can be linked with your demand of question. So understanding of question can clear what is the demand of question, and if you know the demand of question, then you can choose the correct option of the demand of question. So let's discuss here. So what is the demand of question? Demand of question is the correct statement you should know, you should tick mark, and regarding the juxtamedullary nephron. So I will quickly explain the concept. So juxtamedullary nephron you should know. So juxta means close, medullary means renal medulla, and nephron, so nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidney, you should know. So this is the nephron, I will call juxtamedullary nephron. This is Bowman's capsule, and this is the PCT, this is loop of Henle, DCT, and this is the collecting duct. So that's why, and this Bowman's capsule, this is the glomerulus, and this glomerulus is network of capillaries, the afferent, this one is the afferent arteriole, and this is the efferent arteriole. This is the glomerulus, this is the Bowman's capsule, PCT, loop of Henle, DCT, collecting duct. Okay, so and another is the and this is the cortex of kidney, and this is the medulla of kidney. So this Bowman's capsule is close to the medulla, that's why this nephron is called as juxta. Juxta means close to the medulla of nephron. And another one is the cortical nephron. So cortical nephron, cortex, present in cortex. This one is the nephron, so this one is the DCT, and this nephron has a little presence in this nephron. This is the medulla, and this one is the cortex. So that's why most of the part of the nephron present in the cortex, that's why it is called as cortical nephron. So let's check the options. Loop of Henle of medullary nephron runs deep into medulla. So deep into medulla, correct. So loop of Henle is deep into medulla. Loop of Henle of cortical nephron is a little in medulla, little loop of Henle. So that's why first statement is correct statement, and they wants to choose the correct statement. So first option is the correct option. There is no need to see the 3 options, but you should confirm these options. So that's why you must read this. So juxtamedullary nephron outnumbers the cortical nephron. Juxtamedullary nephron are present in our kidney are only 15%, and cortical nephron present in our body has 85% nephrons are cortical nephrons. That's why juxtamedullary nephron does not outnumber cortical nephrons, outnumber in kidney. That's why juxtamedullary nephron outnumber, which is the wrong word, the cortical nephron. So it is less than the cortical nephron. That's why this statement is wrong. Then another, juxtamedullary nephron are located in columns of Bertini. So juxtamedullary nephron does not located in columns of Bertini. So columns of Bertini, you should know about the what is meant by columns of Bertini. Columns of Bertini means renal columns. So what is meant by renal column? You can refer the NCERT and know what is meant by renal column. Means it is the extension of cortex into medulla. So this is the region present between the pyramids are called as columns of Bertini. That's why columns of Bertini. So these nephrons are present in both region, cortex region as well as medullary region. That's why we cannot say that the juxtamedullary nephron only present in the columns of Bertini. So this is the wrong statement. Renal corpuscles of juxtamedullary nephron lies in the outer portion of renal medulla. Renal corpuscle means it is the group of glomerulus plus Bowman's capsule is called as renal corpuscles. So they say that it is renal corpuscle of juxtamedullary nephron lies in outer portion of renal medulla. No, this is the renal corpuscle, and this renal corpuscle is present in cortex. If you do the division of cortex, it is outer cortex, and if it is inner cortex. So that's why renal corpuscle of juxtamedullary nephron present in inner cortex. You should call it as an inner cortex. So but they says that outer portion of renal medulla. So renal medulla, if you do the two parts of renal medulla, it is the outer medulla and this is the inner medulla, but renal corpuscles are present in inner cortex, not outer medulla. That's why this is the wrong. If you pay attention to the discussion, how I eliminate the options. So this is the technique, this is the proper way of thinking, this is the right strategy to solve the question. If you practice this strategy, definitely you get the mastery over it. It requires time. Any skill can requires the time. If you want to learn the swimming technique, so swimming doesn't means that if you practice swimming 1 or 2 days and you start become a good swimmer. It does not happen. So that's why if you practice it repeatedly, then you acquire the technique of swimming. Same like if you practice the MCQs, whether this is the PYQs or mock test or any modules, but following of the questions does not mean only identifying the correct options. So along with the correct option, you should know why the other options are wrong, why other option is correct, why other option is wrong, why option correct, why wrong. So this is the technique, and I will teach you this technique in a very detailed manner. That's why you should stick to my channel BioAge and subscribe to my channel also. That's why you can get the new contents, and I will definitely give you a premium quality content.
We will stop here, students. We will cover the next strategies in next 2 sessions. So don't forget to subscribe this channel, like this channel, share these videos with your friends. That's why they also get the knowledge of MCQs technique. If you genuinely like my efforts, content and strategies, then you should share this video with your friends. They also get the good score in the NEET exam.